It's 3 in the morning, the day after Thanksgiving, and I'm sitting here trying to put words to my emotions because I have no idea what to do. My wife, who I've loved since high school, has cheated on me with my best friend. I am completely broken. To provide some context, my wife Chelsea and I have been together since our high school days. When we first met in 9th grade, she was actually dating my best friend Kevin. However, once I got to know her, I couldn't help but develop strong feelings for her. Throughout our freshman year of high school, I secretly hoped that she would break up with Kevin so I could have a chance with her. By the time we reached 10th grade, they had broken up. I got to know her and eventually asked her out after a month. Out of all the not-so-great things that happened during high school, our relationship was one of the best things for me. Thanks to her presence, I was able to endure through those 4 tough years. Even though Kevin and Chelsea had dated during their freshman year, Kevin didn't seem to mind that I was now dating his ex-girlfriend. He even gave me his approval when I asked for it. Our friendship remained strong with no signs of any resentment from him towards me for being with his past flame. The 3 of us attended the same state college, and I maintained my romantic relationship with Chelsea while also maintaining a close friendship with Kevin. There were moments where it was obvious that Kevin was drawn to Chelsea, like when I spotted him gazing at her during social gatherings, or when another friend told me that Kevin had confided in him about wanting to sleep with my girlfriend. While it did bother me a bit, I couldn't blame other guys, including my friends, for being drawn to Chelsea's beauty. As long as they didn't try to make a move on her, I didn't mind. However, it was apparent that he was particularly attracted to her. Throughout our years of friendship, he would often make subtle remarks about her attractiveness and how lucky I was to be with her. He even once made a comment about the shape of her butt. In the years that followed, Chelsea and I tied the knot and welcomed 2 lovely children into our lives, a son and a daughter. Kevin also got married, but unfortunately, his marriage ended in a brutal divorce not too long ago, leaving him in a deep state of depression. I wanted to be there for him during this difficult time, but my demanding job and personal struggles made it impossible. Thankfully, Chelsea stepped in and offered support to Kevin as he navigated through his divorce and battled with depression. Since college, my wife and Kevin had never been particularly close. She didn't like his tendency to flirt with other women, but after his divorce and her support during that difficult time, I noticed a shift in their behavior towards each other. Whenever he came over to hang out with me, she would always sit next to him and laugh at his jokes, even going out of her way to ask when he would visit again. It bothered me, but I didn't want to seem possessive by asking about it. Plus, I was grateful that my friend had someone to turn to when I couldn't be there for him. The situation reached a point where my wife would go over to Kevin's house to spend time with him while I was at work. One day in September, I finally lost my temper and expressed my discomfort with the whole situation. To my surprise, Chelsea did not get angry or accuse me of being controlling. She simply apologized and acknowledged that she had become too invested in the friendship and promised to respect my boundaries. I confronted my wife and asked if she had feelings for Kevin. She confessed that she did feel some attraction towards him and that he had flirted with her, but they had never acted on it or done anything. This revelation pained me deeply, and I told my wife that I no longer wanted her to spend time with Kevin. She understood and expressed remorse for her behavior. In the following weeks, everything appeared to be normal except for the fact that I actively avoided Kevin. However, at the start of this month, Chelsea and I had a heated argument over financial problems. Due to the pandemic, she has been struggling to find employment, causing us both much frustration. I wasn't earning enough to support a family of 4, so we were under financial strain. The argument escalated until she stormed out and didn't come back for several hours. When she returned, I noticed her disheveled appearance and the strange expression on her face. However, I didn't bother asking where she'd been. At that point, I didn't have the energy to talk to her. Skipping ahead to Thanksgiving, my family and I invited some of our friends to join us for the holiday, including Kevin, whom I had not spoken to in over a month. Dinner was going smoothly until someone brought up politics. Kevin and I have very different political views. He is a devoted Trump supporter while I identify as a liberal. Normally, we steered clear of political discussions in our relationship. However, for some reason today, he was insistent on talking about it. The conversation quickly escalated into a heated argument, with Kevin accusing me of being weak and unmanly because of my liberal beliefs. Confused by his sudden attack, I asked him where this was coming from. He retorted that I couldn't even please my own wife in bed due to my supposed lack of masculinity. The unexpected revelation sent a wave of shock through me and everyone at the dinner table. Chelsea and I never talked about our intimate life in front of others, so the rest of the meal was filled with awkward silence. As guests started to leave, I pulled my wife and Kevin aside to talk. I asked them what was going on. Has something happened between them? Chelsea avoided my gaze and looked down at the floor while Kevin glared at me. I demanded an answer. Well, what is it? After a long silence, Kevin finally spoke and confessed to sleeping with my wife on the day she left after our big fight. He claimed that Chelsea had come to him for advice, and they ended up hugging, which led to him making a move. He said she resisted at first and acknowledged that it was wrong, but eventually gave in and they had sex. My wife remained silent throughout his admission, her gaze fixed on the floor. Instead of anger, I felt nothing but shock and was unable to speak. After a few moments of uncomfortable silence, Kevin walked away and left me alone with my wife. Tears streamed down her face as she admitted to making the biggest mistake of her life. She blamed my demanding job, taking care of our kids, and my personal struggles for making her feel neglected and unappreciated. She confessed that Kevin's flirtatious behavior had made her feel desirable, and that she never intended to do anything with him, even though he had hinted at it while they were hanging out. She only wanted his attention while I was absent. She blamed our recent argument for her decision to sleep with him. I angrily told her to leave and give me some space to process everything. She retreated to the bedroom, but soon came back down, hoping to reconcile and reason with me. However, I couldn't control my anger and shouted at her to leave me alone. As I sit here writing, I am completely devastated. The idea of my wife being intimate with another man tears me to pieces. I have never experienced such intense pain before. My love for her is unwavering, but I am struggling to understand and accept what has happened. Can I really believe that it was only a one-time occurrence? Was it truly an innocent mistake caused by stress? I am uncertain. Despite everything, I want to stay with my wife more than anything. What are your thoughts on this situation? Smart Offer 938 replies, Chelsea confided in Kevin about your lack of satisfying her, and it's likely she cheated more than once. It's important for you to get an STD test and consult with a lawyer. The thought will never leave your mind, and you'll always feel like you have to watch your back. Consider getting a DNA test done on your kids and ask if Chelsea used protection during the infidelity. If she says yes, then it wasn't just a spur-of-the-moment decision. I am sorry this happened to you. If Chelsea ever speaks to him again, make it clear that she will be out of your life immediately. And if he shows up, don't hesitate to beat his ass. He couldn't wait to rub it in your face, and he will probably tell everyone about it. You may have to let go of Chelsea and stay strong for your children, if they are indeed yours. Carnation Man 8789 has the following to say. The only thing I can say for certain is that Kevin is lying when he questions your masculinity. He had to coerce your wife into having sex with him, pushing her even after she expressed discomfort. How much of a real man does that make him? Not much, in my opinion. He's more like a pathetic snake, especially since it was his long-term goal to sleep with your wife. The fact that she initially rejected his advances several times is the only redeeming thing for your wife in this situation. It's worth noting that Kevin's own marriage ended because he couldn't satisfy his own wife, so he turned to destroying yours in an attempt to prove himself. But he failed miserably at that as well. Please leave any thoughts and comments in the section below, and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for watching this video and have a fantastic day.